We're live, Big Travie.
Welcome in.
That was
Welcome in. Welcome into welcome into Big Travy's live show on Sunday morning, dude.
Whoa!
I'm glad you could be a guest on my show this morning, Johnny.
I know, like you're Mr. Travel. Like, you have a different background today, where you're like hiding out now. But it's great to have you on
But
my show today.
I'm butted up against this closet door. We're in beautiful Bend, Oregon, doing a little lodging in a cabin. But yeah, I figured before I go sit by the fire, watch a little football, I'm gonna come on here and give Whisper Nation some advice, dude. Because God knows they can't keep getting it from you.
Well, some of my calls have been really terrible this year, but some of them have been pretty great. But we will help Whisper Nation get through this. We'll talk through them with you. Give us a shout out in the comments if you have a question. If you are new to our channel, and hit subscribe, let us know in the chat as well. We will give you a shout out on to this morning's live. We appreciate it. As always, please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps our channel grow. And, good morning to everybody as we file in on a week 11 Sunday morning. Dude, I am so jacked up. Got a big game today. I got several big games today. I know you got a big game today. Weather, man. Weather in Cleveland again. Let's get those guys out of there unless you got Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt. Just start the show off by saying that.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this on the matchup show. We talked about it on the News and Nuggets on Friday. That the concern, with playing your pass catchers, or even not that you were really starting Baker Mayfield, but if you were on the desperate streaming radar, you're definitely off of it now.
Definitely, most definitely. Same with like Carson Wentz. If you were having to think about that, I hope not. Get him out of there. Travis Fulgham, get him out. All that goody stuff. We should be getting some news as to who's in and who's officially out here shortly. So we will be going over that. If you have questions, we will start going through those. Oh, Gus Ramos in here, Gaming JML. What's up, guys? Travis, you want to jump
Fabian,
in these questions?
Fabian Gaming JML, Gus Ramos. We got 5 watching, 4 likes. Help us out, get those likes up. We'll start going here. Gaming JMO says, yo, what's going on? Fabian says, Jacoby Myers or Hollywood Brown. So we got Baltimore playing Tennessee. Should be a decently charged offensive game. I mean, Tennessee has been susceptible to some
Big
shootout
plays.
style. Yeah, but Jacoby Myers, I think, just volume-wise, has been such a focal point of this offense. I think I'd be rolling with Jacoby Myers just based on the pure volume play there.
He's getting 50% of the targets there and 50% of the air yards. So even though they don't pass a whole lot, that's a good amount. And I mean, Baltimore hasn't been passing a whole lot either. But I mean, I do like the Hollywood Brown play this week, but I think I would go with the safe play in Jacoby Myers. Unless you need a big play from that flex position, then, if you're looking at your matchup and you think, hey, I need like a home run hit, I think that, the ceiling is higher with Hollywood Brown than it is Jacoby Myers.
Gaming JML says Matthew Stafford or Alex Smith. I would be starting Stafford still. I know that the thumb is a concern, but report coming out this morning was that he has no limitations, and he should be good to go. And Alex Smith is just not really pushing the ball down the field at all yet this year. It's doing a lot of dinking and dunking, so I'd be a little bit concerned with that. I would be starting Stafford here. I think the ceiling is a little bit higher for you there. Gus Ramos says, what's up, guys? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Gus. We
What's
appreciate you being in here.
what's up, Gus?
The Gus Bus. Easy Now Boy says, hey, boys, how's it going?
So
Had a question about a trade I made in a 14-man Dynasty PPR. I traded away Swift and Devontae Parker for Robert Woods and Joe Mixon. Johnny, I'll let you answer this one. Swift seems to be the better side of this deal.
yeah, I would have kept Swift, especially with what we're seeing right now in his rookie season in a dynasty league. Joe Mixon, I understand the name is a little tantalizing, but it's looking like you're not going to be able to use him very much this season. And then even moving forward, there's a lot of doubt as to what the future of Joe Mixon. I mean, he just signed the contract. I understand that, but yeah, I think I'd rather have Swift. I think Swift was the best player actually in this entire deal when you're talking about a dynasty trade.
We have Elias Griftopoulos, Taysom Hill, or Aaron Jones at flex. I have Kamara and Derrick Henry as my running backs. It's a 6-man league, and my opponents are bums.
I love, I love how he keeps bringing this up, dude. This is great trash talk. This is great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hopefully, he lets him know that he's trashing him here. I think we answered this on Friday, but I think we'll give it another go here. I think you're going to start Taysom Hill in leagues that you can, where you have the eligibility. He's going to start. The reports are there are no offensive packages for Jameis Winston. I highly doubt that, but we'll see what happens. And I think Taysom Hill is going to be a great start if you can flex him.
And we appreciate you checking back in with us because, as we know, information changes. And so, yeah, we were glad to see you back in this chat. Olivia jumps in
Yeah,
here.
Olivia.
Oh, and then she took it back.
Retracted it. No, but I think she had a typo. Planning on starting Claypool and Deontay Johnson together. Other options are Woods or T. Higgins.
I like T. Higgins.
Olivia, I'd be starting Deontay and T. Higgins here. T. Higgins has just been really solid. He's been getting 9 or so targets, averaging about 9 targets over the last 4 weeks. He is basically the alpha for this team at this point. They use him in the red zone. And I understand the allure to start Claypool against Jacksonville, but I could easily see this swing, like a Juju and a Deontay game. We know Deontay is going to get the volume, but for me, I think I would head with T. Higgins here. I think you got a nice shot to get 100 yards.
I'm interested to see who her third running back is because I would like to get all three of those guys in my lineup if I can because I'm not afraid. I mean, I agree with your logic there, but I also think that Claypool does have a good game today.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely got some depth at wide receiver. That's for sure. Fabian Vasquez says, when Edelman comes back, will it affect Myers? I believe so. We've seen that Edelman becomes a focal point for this offense. But right now, we're kind of rolling with the Flames with Jacoby Myers because he is their entire passing attack right now, as Johnny was talking about earlier.
I do also think that there's a reality that, Cam Newton continues to build that trust. He's such a big body, and I just think that Cam likes that, because he's not the most accurate. So I think that even when Edelman comes back, I think Jacoby will still have value, but it will not be 50% of the target's value, unfortunately.
Right. Elliot Means says McKissick over Gibson, ? I think if you're in a PPR league, for sure, you'd be starting McKissick over Gibson. But if you're in a standard league, I could see you playing Gibson here. This is going to be a game against Cincinnati that Vegas thinks will be close. They think Gibson will be involved, and he has been in positive game script. So I actually like this game for both guys. But PPR, McKissick, standard, Gibson. Easy Now Boy says, thanks, guys. I love this channel. I'm glad I've been making it to the lives. Can't wait for next Sunday, chill live. Or Saturday, chill live.
I appreciate that, man. That's awesome.
Appreciate all you guys watching. We got 10 watching, 8 likes. We get those likes up. And then obviously, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe and let us know. We'll shout you out here on the show. Olivia confirming she did have a typo earlier when she retracted that. She says her other running backs, Johnny, her running backs are Jones, Henry, and Sanders.
Okay,
so
never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're that stacked. See, this is what happens when you listen to the Fantasy Whisperers. You come out of your draft with stacked teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's looking like a solid lineup this week, Olivia, for sure. Stephen Drake says need 2 and a flex full PPR. Kareem Hunt, James Robinson, Kalen Ballage, Cooper Kupp. Thanks, fellas. All right, Johnny, what are you thinking here? 2 and a flex. This is PPR.
Okay, so I'm going to go Hunt. I'm going to go James Robinson, and I'm going to go PPR. I think I'm gonna still go Balaj. I think I would go all 3 running backs here.
Yeah, I think that's pretty. I like Cooper Cup's matchup.
I
Though
do.
on Monday night, I think Cooper Cup's gonna be pretty good. So I might roll with Cup and PPR over Balaj. Mark De Silva says need a running back, wide receiver, and flex PPR. AP, Ahmed, Corey Davis, Jalen Rieger, Jakeem Grant, or Mims. I think you're going to be starting Ahmed.
Yep. And then I think I would go Corey Davis. Jalen Rieger dealing with the major weather there. Jakeem Grant, I like his upside, but then his downside I think is like 2 points, which I guess you could say about Corey Davis. But and then Mims, I'm just that's I don't want to do anything. I don't want anything to do with any New York Jets players right now. So I would actually go Corey Davis as your wide receiver here. Oh, and then he's got to have a flex as well. So
Flex.
who
So
do you
I
think
think
for the flex?
might play AP at the flex here.
I think so.
Just pure volume without a Swift in there. He should get all the running work. Uh, yeah, I might go there. Just a little more safe than those wide receivers you'd have to be choosing from. Gus Ramos says ham or turkey. Look, this is not even a question. It is turkey all day, especially on the cusp of Thanksgiving.
Yep.
You're not going to hear me say, what's that?
I said you're not gonna hear me say anything different either. I'm turkey over ham.
All day. Strother Knight says, gents, full point PPR. Need a wide receiver and a flex between Woods, Gurley, Shark, and Adrian Peterson. Okay, so I think you're playing Gurley. He's just been really solid, been an RB1. It's hard to get out of your lineup with that kind of volume.
And then I'm gonna go Chark with Woods. He has a terrible matchup.
Carlton Davis. Yeah, that's probably where I would go as well. And Glorious P says, thanks for the advice, guys. Pick 3 Bernard, Balaj, A.J. Brown, and Godwin. You're going to play A.J. Brown just for based on pure talent alone. I would probably play Godwin as well just to be able to. I mean, you're going to get Mike Evans a lot against Jalen Ramsey, which means Godwin should get some of the better looks in the secondary and be able to compile, especially in PPR. And then give me Gio Bernard. Kalen Balaj has been okay, but the Jets have been kind of really decent against the run. So I would actually be playing Bernard here. I think the volume that he can get is going to be nice for you. Nexus Pax, what's going on, man? He says, hey, guys, I need one wide receiver and a running back at flex. I have Jefferson, Davis, J-Rob, MT, half-point PPR. Thoughts here, Johnny?
I would do J-Rob. I don't like Michael Thomas at all this week, but I think you gotta play him, right?
Yeah, this is going to be tough. I mean, if there's any slants or if there's any passes that Taysom Hill you're confident in, and maybe it is the slants to Michael Thomas and getting MT involved. So maybe that's why they kind of went with him because it's kind of status quo.
Yeah. I would.
So yeah,
I mean, I think the safer play is Jefferson and J Rob, but yeah, it's hard to see them not getting Michael Thomas somewhat involved in this. But again, Jace Tatum, I'm just could very well Taysom. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm trying to like swap out a player in my dynasty league. I think that he could struggle to get the ball to Michael Thomas today. So I think I would almost say that Justin Jefferson is a safer play.
C Chav says Pittman or Gage or Valdez Scantling PPR wide receiver 3. I'd be taking MVS of these 3. I think that's your best bet. Play a little bit of the upside, roll in the fire with MVS with Alan Lazard back. Should get some nice coverage against him. So Quentin says Robbie Anderson, Duke Johnson, Antonio Gibson, Mike Evans, AB, pick 3. I'm not starting Mike Evans this week if I can help it. He's going to go against Jalen Ramsey, who has been blanking everyone. So I would fade off of Mike Evans this week, and I can't start. Yeah, I would start AB, Duke Johnson, Gibson here.
Yep, those are the three that I
I
would
think
go with.
Robbie Anderson with PJ Walker kind of scares me a little bit. I want to see if they're going to be able to have some chemistry. Johnny, Easy Now Boy says, would you start Myers over any of the following? Will Fuller, Justin Jefferson, Robbie Anderson, or Robert Woods? And you're starting Fuller, right?
Yeah, I'm starting Fuller, Justin.
Maybe even Justin Jefferson above him.
Yeah, I don't know if I think I would start him over Robbie Anderson just because PJ Walker is officially the guy, and I don't know that chemistry right now, or if I trust that they'll be able to. I mean, Robbie Anderson could be that check down guy for sure, but I just think that I would rather have the solid floor of Myers, I think, and I think he honestly might have a higher upside as well.
Yeah, let's see. Eric Dominguez says, last week I said I'd subscribe if I won my matchup, so I just subscribed. We appreciate that, Eric.
Appreciate
Thanks for
that.
coming back. Glad we could get you that W. He says, I have two decisions right now, Ahmed versus Hines at running back, and then I have to choose one of Davis, Parker, and Landry at wide receiver. We got Denver against Miami this week. I would probably play Devontae Parker of those three. Landry going to be dealing with the weather that we talked about. Corey Davis is kind of a mirage from week to week. You don't know what you're going to get. And of these three, I would probably roll with Parker. I think he's starting, especially with Preston Williams out. Parker should get
Yeah, you should get
should get
looks.
it going.
And then the other one, I would go Hines over Ahmed today because it just came out that Hines is supposed to get the bulk of the carries today. It's saying. Rappaport is saying Hines could get the bulk of the carries against a Green Bay front that has been abysmal.
Yeah, I think Hines is the right play here, just because also the passing work that he'll get.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. They use him a lot in the red zone, on routes in the red zone. So, and he just knows how to score and do backflips. So, Fabian Vasquez says Curtis Samuel's still a pickup. I think Curtis Samuel's kind of disappeared like we thought he would. He was a little bit of a trap, and now with PJ Walker in, you just don't know what's going to happen with this offense and how long Teddy's going to be out. I mean, there's probably some better pieces and potential pickups you got for you. At the very least, he'll be a guy you can drop for the next waiver ad next week. Gus Ramos, Sony Michelle out. Not that I'm playing him, just an FYI. We appreciate that. We
Appreciate
appreciate
that,
everybody
Gus.
watching in here today. 15 watching right now, 12 likes. If we get those likes caught up to the watching, that would be fantastic. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Just like our boy Eric Dominguez just subscribed. We appreciate that. We'll give you a shout out here in the chat. Andrew Stonebarger says Adrian Peterson, Rojo, or JT in PPR. I think you're probably going Rojo here.
Yeah.
I mean, just based on volume that you can project, part of the offense, and team quality of the team that he's going to be playing on. So a lot of those things working for me there. Jaws Whedon, what's up, Jaws? Good to have you in here. Curtis Samuel or Jacoby Myers? Oh, give me Jacoby Myers, hands down. Dealing with at least a more secure QB situation, less people vying for targets. I'll take Jacoby Myers. TS says Baltimore, Washington, or Bucks defensive this week. Give me Washington. They've got a really strong defensive front. You've got a front for on the offensive side for Cincinnati that's been giving up the most sacks all year. I would take Chase Young versus a beat up line in Cincy all day for a nice floor defensive play here. JJ Perez says Marvin Jones and Claypool. Which one in the flex, Johnny?
I think I'm going to go Claypool. I do think that he has the higher upside, and you're really counting on a Marvin Jones touchdown in order to, have him be a good fantasy day. And I think that with what we're hearing about Matthew Stafford and his thumb, I'm a little concerned with that. So I like the matchup with Claypool. I'm playing him.
I like that. I like that. Says, are you guys more confident in Adrian Peterson or Jacoby Myers? I would probably roll with Jacoby Myers over AP. Just depends too. Like if it's PPR for sure. Standard, I might be inclined to roll with Peterson. But that's a tough one. Any thoughts there, John?
Yeah, I think how you broke it down was perfectly correct. If you're in a standard league, I'm going to go Adrian Peterson. I think he has a safer floor, whereas I think that Jacoby Myers has the higher ceiling, and in a PPR league, I would rather have him.
Derek O'Toole from the You Gonna Learn Today League. Appreciate you, Derek,
What's up,
popping in
Derek?
here. He says, pick 2, Zeke, Pollard, McKissick, K, Johnson, half point PPR. Well, you're definitely starting Zeke.
I'm going to go
As gross
McKissick
as
here.
it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah,
go.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
We can't trust Pollard or Carry On in this game.
Right.
Although it may, at this rate, it may
I
just
know
be
it
Carry On.
probably is going to be like Carry On getting like this 1 yard touchdown, reception or something.
Jaws Whedon says better dynasty stash Sims or Sims. I'm imagining you're saying Steven Sims Jr. and Cam Sims. I'll take Cam Sims. He's flashed a little bit more like juice, looked like a little bit more athletic to me. And I think the upside is just a little bit higher. I don't know if either are going to really hit ever for you in Dynasty, but I would take Cam. Johnny was almost shook there. He was like, wait a second, Sims or Sims?
No, I knew exactly what he was saying. I
Shook,
was just saying,
dude.
no, I was just wondering to see which one you would say.
Sure.
I agree with your take, though. That's exactly what I would do.
AJ or Higgins both have touch matchups. I mean, are you talking about AJ Brown?
Yeah,
If you're
he's got
talking
to be.
AJ,
Yeah, he's got to be
he's
AJ
got to be
Brown.
talking AJ Brown, and you're starting AJ Brown. I know it was tough. It was a tough matchup last week against Indy, but he bobbled a touchdown that would have made his day. I think you're playing AJ Brown. We've seen this before, where we bench him because we think it's a tough matchup, and his talent just exceeds what we're talking about. He's one of those guys you got to get into your lineup.
Yep.
Adam Young says, "Good morning, guys. Good morning,
Good
Adam."
morning, Adam.
Says, full point PPR. Pick one: Damian Harris, Naheem Hines, or Darrell Henderson. I'm taking Naheem Hines. Much to Johnny's point that he was talking about him getting the bulk of the carries. So we like that against Green Bay. One of the best matchups, if not the best, to target. Flex to rest from above: Mike Williams, T. Higgins, Robbie Anderson, Michael Pittman, and Jalen Rieger. Thanks, bro. What are you thinking here, Johnny, for the two flexes here? You can include one of those running
I
backs
do like
too.
Mike Williams a lot, but I think I'm going to go T. Higgins here. And then I think I would go. Is this full PPR? I think I would go T. Higgins and Michael Pittman.
Okay.
I think Michael Pittman is going to get guaranteed, 8 targets. They'll force feed him. That's I think this we've seen back-to-back games where he's kind of broken out. I think, and the matchup doesn't scare you too much with the slot corner for Green Bay, and so yeah, that's what I think I would go for the rest. I'm really concerned about Darrell Henderson's usage, and not only that, but the matchup. And Damian Harris, I actually don't mind. That was the hesitation, but it is a PPR league, so that's why I ended up switching over and saying Pittman over Harris.
Gus Ramos says the replacements are the longest yard with Adam Sandler.
I'm an Adam Sandler guy, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go the longest yard. What'd you say?
I said I am an Adam Sandler guy too, so I think that's gonna get me as well.
Yeah. Teddy ruled out. Yep, Teddy was ruled out. So PJ Walker is.
I love about Whisper Nation, man. They're out there in the field getting the information for us, dude.
We have the best listeners. We have the best subscribers. The Whisper Nation. Best in the business. Your legs are rolling. Big Travi is doing. He's sitting on a yoga mat right now. So
Getting
he was vacationing in Portland, and so he's gone full hippie while he's been there. So hipster.
let's see. Darius Rice says, "What's going on, guys? Back again. We knew you'd be here, man. You're one of the
Appreciate
true
you,
Blues. We
Darius.
appreciate you, man. Should I start Shark with Chenault out? Whisper Nation strong. Hashtag Whisper Nation strong. You're starting Shark, probably. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what your other options are, but like Shark is, he's the main talent in this offense. You've got to try and put him in there and trust that. Just depending on what else you have. This year, you could have drafted him and some other studs, so it may be easy to get somebody else in there. Just depends, though.
Mm-hmm.
No, let's see here. Fabian Vasquez says, "What do you think about Jakeem Grant? Should I consider picking him up?" Well, did Fabian ask about Curtis Samuel too? Because if it's Curtis Samuel or Jakeem Grant, like I'm probably going to pick up Jakeem Grant and just see if that
Yeah,
can
I
be
think
a
so
thing.
as well.
So
Yeah, I think so as well.
that's about the line. I think you'd be dropping someone. Let's see. Andre Sam, what's going on? Marvin Jones or Will Fuller, please help. Johnny?
I think I'm going to go Will Fuller here, even though the matchup's not the greatest. I am just concerned with Marvin Jones being touchdown dependent, and with Matthew Stafford, like that game could get real ugly.
Get real ugly, real quick.
Ugly.
Justin Martin says, "What's up, guys? What's going on, Justin?" He says, "Struggling at running back in a deep league. Do I start Kerryon Johnson or Jamal Williams?" I might roll with Kerryon over Jamal here. Indy's just a really tough matchup. So even if you're saying, okay, I hope that Jamal splits work and gets some targets, it's not a great matchup for Jamal here. Whereas at least with that same line of thinking over with Detroit, you could see them putting up points on Washington a whole lot more than you see on the other side. So
Definitely.
JJ Perez says Kalen Balaj or Taylor, Jonathan Taylor, I'm assuming. I would roll with Kalen Balaj.
I can't believe that we are saying this. This is so 2020.
I was trying to just get through it, but you just had to dig the knife in here.
Yeah,
I
I'm
see how
sorry,
you
man. I'm sorry.
Kalen Balaj is the answer here. As gross as it sounds, he's getting the volume. He's getting work in the passing game, which I think is more important. And Jonathan Taylor has just been, one of three guys in a backfield that is rotating in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah Hudson says, "Keep grinding." We appreciate that, Jeremiah.
Appreciate that,
Derek says, "Thank you, guys. Appreciate you, Derek, coming in here with those questions." We got 20 watching, 17 likes. If we could get those likes up, that would help us in a major way. Get this video in front of more eyeballs, grow Whisper Nation. And then if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. And we'll shout you out in the comments here. Thomas Egley says, "Should I start Harris or Burkhead?" I think I'd be rolling with Harris here.
Yep.
I think he's going to be a lock for 15 to 20 touches in this game, and Houston been really susceptible on the ground.
Yep.
Billy Dang it, Billy, says Hines or DJ Moore, full point PPR.
On Hines.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. DJ Moore, remember, PJ Walker in, Teddy out. Kind of a wild card. We don't know what's going to happen there. Vansco says, "Hey guys, full point PPR. Robbie Anderson or Cooper Kupp?" You're going to go Cooper Kupp here, similar to the Teddy Bridgewater take that we just had, or the DJ Moore take we just had. And then CEH or Damian Harris. I'd play CEH here.
I think I'm going to go CEH. The matchup and the fact that you have Kansas City, who has a little bit of depleted weapons here. Sammy Watkins ruled out. You've just got Mecole Hardman just updated not updated, but pulled off of the COVID-19 list. So it's a little bit. I could see them definitely using CH a lot more in this game.
Let's see. Fabian Vasquez has picked up Dez. All right.
I think you're better off going with the other
Jakeem
one,
Grant.
Jakeem Grant. Yeah.
Krish Patel says Amari Cooper or DJ Shark is my flex. This is a good question, Johnny. How are you feeling about this one?
I would go Amari Cooper with this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's similar, and then you've got a situation in Dallas where you this sounds weird, but you may trust what Dallas is doing on offense a little more than Jacksonville. So I think I would agree. Garrett Yonker says in Standard League, pick two: CEH Justin Jefferson or Giovanni Bernard.
I would do CEH and Justin Jefferson. The two I would
Yeah,
pick.
I think that's a good call. Matt Daly says Godwin or Cup full point PPR. Um, I would probably roll Godwin, but this is closer than I think a lot of people would realize.
Yeah.
Carlo Castaneda, DJ Moore, Pittman, or Fulgham. Pick one. Oof.
I think I'm gonna
I
go.
guess I'd go with Johnny's boy Pittman here.
Yeah, I think that's where I would go as well. Don't like the weather in Cleveland, and like we said, PJ Walker. It could be Robbie Anderson, could be the guy he targets most often. It could be DJ Moore, but you just don't like the confidence and the lack of targets that DJ Moore has been seeing over the last few weeks. All right, we've got
Bernard. Oh wait, Frankie Gill's asking the same
yeah, that's
one.
yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
like,
that's interesting. Timo Panning says Bernard or Ahmed. Um, so you can.
I think I'm gonna go Ahmed here.
Yeah, Denver did just give up 4 touchdowns to the Vegas running backs. They could be reeling here against the ground. I don't mind the play at all. Ahmed's shown some real juice too. The thing with Bernard is you would assume he's going to get the bell cow role. We have seen Samaje Perine mixed in a little bit.
Yeah,
We will get Matt Breida back though. Something to keep an eye on in Miami with Matt Breida coming back. How they're going to work that.
that's a good point.
Jeffrey Mason says Magic, Mike Evans, or Clowntonio. Full point PPR. Points for style points there. I would give it to.
I think I'm gonna go. Oh, we're only picking one. I think I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Clowntonio.
I would probably go Will Fuller just because I know the volume that he should get. Antonio is still a question mark as far as the volume that he's going to get. So for me, I think I would lean Fuller, but I don't mind playing for the upside of Antonio or Clowntonio. Andre Sam says, "Thanks, guys. Appreciate the advice.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate
man.
you being in here, man. Appreciate everybody in here watching. We got 17 watching, 22 likes. People in here just popping off. Remember, if you're new to the channel, click subscribe. Join Whisper Nation. We are trying to give you guys all the advice we can, help you guys get those W's. Krish Patel says Naheem Hines or Duke Johnson. Johnny, I'm rolling Naheem Hines here. I still think he's got a shot to really win you a week this week.
Yeah, definitely. I can't believe that's a really close one, but yeah, I would go with Naheem.
Johnny, Jeffrey Mason says Kalen Balaj, Giovanni Bernard, Damian Harris, Zeke PPR. Are you
Zeke.
starting?
Zeke.
Yeah.
I got you. I was picking up what you were laying down.
Spool to boost. Would you start Duke Johnson or Kareem Hunt?
I'm going Kareem Hunt with the weather the way it is. I could see both Cleveland running backs being heavily utilized in this game. But I do like Duke Johnson, but I would still roll with Kareem Hunt.
Darius Rice says I have Deontay Johnson, Godwin, AB, Shark, and Myers. Which two PPR? Hashtag Whisper Nation strong.
Love that.
Love that.
I would
I
go.
do love that too. Give me Deontay and Godwin, I think. Full point PPR. Once again, I think Godwin is going to be the major beneficiary of Mike Evans seeing Jalen Ramsey quite a bit. And then Deontay Johnson has just been a volume monster when he's been on the field. And so far, we know that he's fully healthy right now. This is a Jacksonville secondary just getting torched this year. I would roll with Deontay and Chris Godwin. Thomas Egley says, should I start Goddard or Fant? That's funny. I have that same conundrum.
So what are
In
you
our league
doing?
of record. I'm starting Goddard. I have to believe that I know the weather's bad, but maybe that should benefit the tight end position. I really think that they're going to get Goddard going here eventually. It's been a couple weeks now without the injury. He should be fully back and ready to go. Whereas you look at Noah Fant, he's battling an injury, a new one every other week, and you just don't feel great about where his health is at, even though he's playing through this stuff. I'm not going to read this name, but he asks PPR start two Chubb, Connor, and James Robinson. You're starting Nick Chubb, and you're starting. Ooh, this one's. I would start Chubb. I would start Connor. James Robinson in a really tough matchup against Pittsburgh. I think I would roll with Connor and the better matchup facing Jacksonville. Not Dallas says James Robinson or Josh Jacobs. Robinson has Steelers. What are you thinking here, Johnny?
I'm gonna go Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
I'm
Ultimate Wub says on Johnson or Mecole Hardman PPR. Johnny, I'm gonna let you take this one too.
This one's a little bit like anything could happen. On Johnson could fall into the end zone, but I would rather take the upside of Mecole Hardman because it only takes one or two deep balls. Actually, only takes one deep ball to connect in order to make your day. Where I think on Johnson really has to work in order to just have a decent day. So I would go Mecole Hardman for the upside.
PJ Walker lowers expectations for wide receivers? Question mark. I'm thinking if I should start Anderson. Yeah, that's the concern, Adam Young. We don't know what we're going to get out of these wide receivers with PJ Walker. And so if you have other options that you trust the quarterback or the situation a little bit better, I would be leaning on those other options today. What's up, boys? Says Mitchell. What's going on?
What's up, Mitch?
In here. Nicholas Sarah says Cooks or Woods.
I'm gonna go Cooks. I think a revenge game against Bill Belichick.
Could be, yeah, could be. Official J says full point PPR, James Robinson or Josh Jacobs in the flex. Oh, I'm sorry. Then I think he's talking about his flex. So let's handle the running back portion here. James Robinson or Josh Jacobs. I think we were answering this a little bit up above, but Josh Jacobs, much better matchup than James Robinson today against Pittsburgh. And then in the flex, you have AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson, Robbie Anderson, JD McKissick. This is a full point PPR, Johnny. Where are you going here? I think AJ Brown, right?
Yeah, I think I would still go with I think you got to start your stud here, AJ Brown. Justin Jefferson is tempting though. But yeah, I'm gonna go AJ Brown.
Jeffrey Mason says, appreciate your advice earlier. Should I go AB over Fuller to avoid a Deshaun Watson stack? Kirk instead. I mean, I don't really know what he said. Is he saying a stack on his side?
Yeah, I think. Or is he facing?
I mean, if you're facing Deshaun Watson, I think you'd be more inclined to start Fuller.
No, I think no, yeah, I think he's facing Deshaun Watson. So he's saying if I put in Will Fuller, he's talking about his upside is capped. I get what he's saying, but yeah, well, here's what I would say. I would honestly look at your matchup. If you need to have, if you're projected or you think you're gonna lose and you need to have the greater upside, then yeah, I would maybe go with AB because I think that AB has a good game on Monday night. But honestly, I wouldn't allow that to scare me off too much. I think I would still go with Fuller.
Yeah, I think Fuller's the answer based on everything we've talked about there. Colton Cash says Cam or Derek Carr.
Cam Newton.
Cam. Kansas City been sneakily good against quarterbacks.
Yeah, they have.
Kashif Mostafa says, do I start Zeke or Miles Sanders in PPR this week? Probably take Miles Sanders in PPR.
Yeah, it's a really raining game. Yep.
We talked about the weather in this game. Should be a run-centric game. I think I would start him. The way to attack Minnesota has been through the air, too, not necessarily on the ground. So, Spool to Boost says, thanks, guys. Krish Patel says,
Dude,
I have a question. What?
Go ahead, read it. I'll let you answer it.
I have a question. Who is starting Colts running back? Jonathan Taylor, Naheem Hines. Yeah, you would me answer this.
Yeah, I know. That's why I started
Mine-
laughing because it's just like Whisper Nation is coming at you, man.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, this is what we have to believe. Naheem Hines is the starting running back. I mean, he continues to get the work. He's used in the passing game, used in the red zone. The line looks like it blocks better for Naheem Hines. I don't, I'm fully tilted on
That's the
this,
most
but this,
frustrating thing. And it's like it happens all the time. Like Kenyon Drake, it seemed like that was his whole MO in the beginning of the season. Chase Edmonds gets a better blocking. It's wild. It's wild.
yeah.
We might have to go a little bit rapid fire here, Big Travie.
Okay. Half point PPR, Edwards, Lindsey, Booker, or Kelly. They totally suck. Um,
Think I'm gonna go Booker. You
yeah,
only have to
Mike.
pick one. I
I
would
think
go
so.
Booker. I would go Booker in here.
I think that's the best one. Tony Shea, do I start Rieger or Curtis Samuel for a flex spot in PPR? I would take Rieger. I know the weather's there, but I just trust that a little bit more than what's going on in Carolina at the quarterback position. Zachary Armitage, Hines, James Robinson, or Balaj, full point PPR. Take Hines. You got to be smashing this start. It's a great matchup. Roll with the Flames there. Andrew Simpkins says DJ Moore, Tyler Boyd, Justin Jefferson for wide receiver 3, full point PPR. What are your thoughts here, Johnny?
I do like Tyler Boyd a lot, but give me with a full point PPR. Give me Justin Jefferson.
Mike Davis or Duke Johnson in PPR. Give me Duke Johnson here. Similar situation. Carolina's hard to trust today. Just not a lot of things I want to be starting if I can avoid it. Rob Shorter, Boyd, or Woods, standard league.
I'm
I'd
gonna
be
go.
going with Boyd. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
give me our boy Boyd.
Jeffrey Mason says, yeah, my stack. I have both Fuller and Watson. Yeah, then you're rolling that out
Oh
there. That's going
yeah,
to be great.
give me that double dip that
Yeah.
chip.
Thomas Agley, Fulgham, or Parker? Parker, no weather situations that we're too worried about there with Fulgham. He's got Cleveland weather. Not something you like this time of year.
No, not at all.
Mr. Crowler XD, Gibson or Balaj at the flex, Johnny?
I'm gonna go Gibson here. I understand that Balaj has been, seeing the upticks, but Gibson has been quietly pretty steady and been solid, and it's been kind of overlooked by the J.D. McKissick getting all these targets. But I'm gonna go with Gibson.
Mark Prieto says Tyler Boyd, Travis Fulgham, or Jacoby Myers in full point PPR. Full point PPR, I'll probably roll Boyd. I do like Jacoby Myers. I think that's tempting.
Yeah,
But Boyd, at least he's been doing it longer, looking a little bit better over the long haul. So I would trust that. Mr. Crowler XD, Gibson, AB, or Balaj at the flex.
you
Johnny
answer
would
this one.
I'm rolling with Gibson, man.
Yeah,
I think
I would
Gibson's
still go there.
been underrated. I think you got to still. I understand the upside for AB, but it's a tough matchup. We got Robinson or Connor, Johnny.
Listen, I understand that James Conner has the easier matchup. That's the play is James Conner. But if you want to go on just pure volume, Robinson is if this is PPR. Because here's the thing, Travis. I was watching ESPN this morning, and they were talking about how James Conner has not gone over 50 rushing yards. Actually very few times this year, and over the last two games specifically. Now this is a great matchup, but the Steelers have been even in positive or neutral game script. They've been throwing more than they've been running. I think this is a big day for the wide receivers, so that's why I would go with the
Pittsburgh's
Robinson.
favored by 10, though, here, Johnny. I think I'm still rolling Connor. I know Robinson's got the volume, and Connor's been struggling, but I think this is a very um,
All right,
it's a good spot. Game script's there for Connor.
yeah. I usually will subdue to the game script and the who Vegas favors a little bit more, and you're right. I just that volume is so tantalizing seeing him average 27 and a half carries or 27 and a half touches over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Jackie Cow says run Colt D this week or go for Cleveland, Cincinnati, Rams, Kansas City, or Washington. Washington is playing Cincinnati. I think we talked about this earlier. I think Washington's a nice play here in this game. I wouldn't be starting Indy against Green Bay this week.
Yeah, one thing to take note of is the Colts defense has not faced a top 12 a top 10 quarterback yet this season. And so this will be certainly a great test. I do think that they are a really good defense, but if I have these kind of options on my waiver wire and I have the option to kind of switch them out for someone, I wouldn't drop the Colts defense if that's what it's going to require, then I would not do this. But if you're able to pick up, drop somebody else and pick up one of these other defenses, then I like Washington. Then yeah, I think it's a good move.
Like that call there. I like the breakdown too of keeping on to the Colts defense. They've been solid this year. Nick Alvarez says Jacoby Myers or AB. Johnny?
I am going to go with, is this standard or PPR? If this is PPR, I think I'm going to go with Jacoby Myers. If this is standard, I'm going to go AB.
We got Marvin Jones or Michael Thomas, asked Jason Wong.
Oh my
I would
God.
probably still roll Michael Thomas out here.
How wild. How wild. We are asking if we should start Marvin Jones over Michael
Yeah,
Thomas.
we've got Tim Tebow starting at quarterback for the
Yeah,
New Orleans Saints. So
pretty
I
good.
understand.
Pretty good.
Marvin Jones or Chase Claypool. I would probably be rolling with Chase Claypool as well here over Marvin Jones.
Love that one.
Justin Young says Gronk or Ebron in standard. You're rolling Gronk out till, I mean, he's been a must start for the last 6 weeks or so. Justin Young says Connor, J. Rob, Balaj, or Gibson in standard. Need 3 here, and I'm thinking not starting J. Rob. Balaj, Gibson, Connor. I don't mind that. I would want to get maybe Robinson's volume in there over maybe like a Balaj.
Yep, I think that's exactly where my thought process is as well.
So I think I would go, I think I would bench Balaj here. I think I would go Gibson, J. Rob, and Connor. Trey S says full point PPR flex. You got Brandon Cooks, Giovanni Bernard, Robert Woods, or Gurley. Thanks, fellas. Thank you, Trey, for watching and getting in here. Full point PPR.
I think I'm still rolling with Gurley.
Yeah, I think Gurley is the right answer here. Volume's been great.
Yep.
Rafa Gonzalez, PPR, I need 2. Ridley, Deontay, Chubb. You're starting Chubb and you're starting Deontay. I would bench Ridley just this week, just coming back from the foot. Also going to get matched up. Who's Atlanta playing? He's not going to get Lattimore actually, but he'll get Janoris Jenkins, and Jenkins has been the better corner this year. I actually think that Ridley's going to have a tough matchup there. Crowler XD says pick 2: DJ Moore, Cooper Kupp, AB, Fulgham, and Higgins. Pick 2 here, Johnny.
I'm going to go Higgins, or I would go Higgins and Cooper Kupp.
Adam Young says full point PPR flex. Pick 2, need to win to get into the playoffs. T. Higgins, Mike Williams, Robbie Anderson, Pittman, and Jacoby Myers. Thank you so much, guys. You're going to write, I think you're going to roll with T. Higgins, and I think I would actually go with Mike Williams here.
I love that matchup. And they're not only is it a great matchup against the Jets, who just normally give up the most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers, but their top 2 corners are also out. And now their best starting corner they have now is a 5th round draft pick. Rookie. So it should be. I did want to say, I meant to say this before we jumped on. Big Travie made a good move this week in our league of record to get Herbert and BMW and looking like a great move for this week.
We'll see. Now that you said that, it probably won't.
I jinxed it. Yeah.
Let's see. Also, full point PPR flex, Marvin Jones, DJ Moore, or Jerry Jeudy. I think this is where I would go Marvin Jones. I think this is the right range for Marvin Jones right here.
Yeah.
So I would roll with him. Douglas Wilson, shout out to you guys on a great show. Ridley startable, alternatives are Cooks or Rieger. half point PPR. I think you're starting Cooks of those three. If you're starting two, you're starting Ridley and Cooks. Joshua Poplove, pick two. Okay. Oh, pick two of what? Was he? Did he ask us about?
Yeah.
No. Mitchell says Gronk or Hurst. Once again,
Going
Gronk
with
is
Gronk, yeah.
yeah. Joshua Poplove, pick three, Clyde Robinson, Jacobs, Kareem Hunt, Marvin Jones. You're going to roll with Jacobs, Kareem Hunt, and Clyde on these three. Clyde the Glide.
Yep.
Michael Krause says Higgins, Claypool, Juju, Antonio Brown, pick three, Johnny.
I think I would go. I would go Higgins. I think I would start all three, or Higgins, Claypool, and Juju. Even though Juju and Claypool are on the same team, I just love that Jacksonville Jaguars secondary against Big Ben. That's where
Justin Young says Robbie. Since Robbie is with PJ Walker, should I play Pittman or Landry over him in full point PPR? Also Hines or Duke in full point PPR. Keep rolling with Naheem Hines for the running back question. And I would actually roll with Pittman over Robbie this week. Just want to see what happens with PJ Walker. Joshua Poplove adding that PJ Walker is elite. Well, we'll see about that.
He was elite in the XFL, but
Yeah,
this is the
whole
NFL.
different league.
Yeah, but I am rooting for the guy because it is fun to watch him play. But it's just uncertain. That's the whole thing. We want to caveat that we there's just not enough sample size, enough data to say this is where he generally likes to go. He likes to throw it to the outside. He likes to do that. We do know he likes to tuck and run generally. So that's just where that play comes in.
SPL champs, full point PPR. Do I play Balaj or Rojo? Also, do I start Ryan or Newton? I have Julio, so doubling the points if Julio gets a touchdown is attractive. Yeah, it's a pretty good matchup too for Ryan. We talked about this on the matchup show too. That like when Julio and Ridley are healthy, Matt Ryan averages about 25 points per game this year. So I'd be starting Ryan as well. Balaj or Rojo?
And it's in a
I think I'm
PPR.
starting Rojo.
It's in a PPR league, so I would go with Balaj over Rojo in a PPR.
Bobby Joe Wallace says Balaj or McKissick full point PPR.
I think
I would,
I think I'm
go
gonna go
McKissick.
McKissick because those targets are just I don't see a world where he doesn't get 10 targets. And they're like all dump off, so it's like 10 easy points.
Jack 102 Abel says Ridley or Godwin. I'd be going Godwin here. Ridley coming back from the injury. Godwin going to get the better coverage against LA. GE72 full point PPR says need two running backs, flex and a flex. Chubb, Connor, Sanders, CEH, or Gibson. You're going to start Chubb, Sanders, and CEH.
Yeah, I think so.
That's some good running backs, brother.
Yeah, really well done.
Michael Krause, hell yeah. I'm starting Juju, Claypool, T. Higgy, and I got Mahomes and Taysom.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
good.
Yep. Very well done.
Nexus Pack says Jefferson or J. Rob. I think I might go Justin Jefferson here.
Don't hate it. Don't hate it.
The more we talk through James Robinson, I'm afraid against Pittsburgh here. Mike Alonso says Deontay Johnson, Duke Johnson, Chris Godwin, Antonio Gibson, Boyd, pick three.
Going Deontay. I think I'm going Deontay. This PPR or standard? If this is standard, I think I'm going Deontay, Duke, and Antonio Gibson. If this is PPR, I think I'm still starting Deontay. I'm going to go
Boyd and Godwin.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Caleb Shaw, half point PPR, two of these three. Jacoby Myers, Jameson Crowder, Travis Fulgham. Two of these three, half point PPR.
I'm going Jacoby Myers and Jameson Crowder out of the two if it's a PPR.
Michael Carr says, guys, please answer me. Newton or Brady. Give me Tom Brady. I know it's a tough matchup, but Cam Newton's been hard to trust. I know this should be a good one for him, but Brady's ceiling we've seen is just much higher.
Yep.
Mari Didon, Boyd, or AJ Brown? You're starting AJ Brown, man. That is the way to go right now. Justin Young, Woods, or Fulgham PPR?
I'm gonna go
You're
Woods
going
in that. Yeah, because of the weather. That's tough. That's just real tough.
Justin Barker says pick 3: Mike Davis, Chubb, Kamara, and James Robinson. You're going to go Chubb, Kamara, and Robinson here. Mike Davis is a little hard to trust with PJ Walker. Sam Bill says, yo, nice hat. Thomas Egley says
Appreciate
Jason
that.
Sanders or Younghoe Koo. We're going Younghoe Koo. Sam Bill says, you see the Suns got Jay Crowder.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Big Travis just quickly glancing over the fact he doesn't want to recognize. That's right, Suns making moves. He's scared, dude. He's a Lakers fan. He's scared of the Suns. I get it, dude. I get it. I would be too if I were a Lakers fan.
Shade721 says that's a bunch of BS. No, I'm just kidding. He says need to standard. Rojo, Duke,
well,
Harris, Zeke, or Galage.
well done.
Um,
Well done.
Standard, you're going to go with Harris, I think. Oh, no, you're going to go with Zeke.
I'm
Who's
going.
the second one
I'm
here? You're
going.
going to go with Zeke?
I'm gonna go Zeke and Duke here. With the 2 and a standard.
Anton Montez, James Conner, or Giovanni Bernard? Give me James Conner here. Pick 2 PPR from Deral Niv says PPR Gibson, Mike Davis, Damian Harris. Give me Damian Harris and Gibson. Valon Fleming says full point PPR flex, Duke Johnson or CEH? CEH for sure for me.
Love that.
And let's see, 901 Films Myers, Moore, Crowder, or Lamb flex, full point PPR, Johnny.
I would go with Myers.
Valon Fleming says scared of the Suns. That's a good one. L.A. Braun. That's right, my man. We're getting it. We're going back to back. Chill Will Stafford or Tannehill PPR. Oof.
I'm gonna
Give
go.
me Tannehill with a banged up Baltimore defense. I think that he can get it done today. Uh, Duke Johnson or CEH, Johnny, full point PPR.
I'm gonna go CEH. I do like Duke Johnson's matchup, but give me CEH.
Michael Monforto says, hey guys, I'm enjoying the stream. Appreciate that, but I'm
Appreciate that.
struggling with my flex because Taysom Hill's starting for the Saints. So should I start Michael Thomas, Antonio Gibson, or Juju Smith-Schuster in my flex? Full point PPR. Johnny, what do you think?
Yeah, actually, I love these options, and I would go with Antonio Gibson over Michael Thomas. Oh, this is a full PPR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would still go with Antonio Gibson there.
Mike Alonso says Noah Fant or Austin Hooper, Johnny.
With the weather, give me Noah Fant. I understand he's banged up, but listen, Austin Hooper. We've seen what that weather has done 2 weeks in a row. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me twice,
Can't get fooled again.
can't do it again.
Brady says Mike Davis or Nick Chubb. Don't get cute. Nick Chubb all day.
Also, now
Scary
that I say
Terry.
that, Austin Hooper is going to score a touchdown, by the way.
Thomas Egley says Scary Terry or Keenan Allen. We're going Keenan Allen.
Yes.
901 Film says, thanks, guys. Keep up the great work. Appreciate you, bro. Jaws Whedon says open face sandwiches or calzones. I'd go with the open face sandwich. Not
Oh
a big
no,
calzone guy.
no, calzone
Not a
all the
big
way. I need to make
calzone
you a
guy,
good calzone, dude. Like, oh
man. You're
man, I can make.
like
I
the guy from Parks and Rec, dude. Like calzones aren't legit, dude.
Dude, I will make you a calzone, and I will blow your mind. I can make bomb calzones.
Alex says half point PPR Bernard McKissick or Balaj.
I'm gonna go PPR. I'm gonna go McKissick.
Sam Bill pick 2: Zeke, Miles Sanders, Josh Jacobs, Chubb, Gurley, Melvin Gordon. You're going Zeke, or I'm sorry, you're going Miles Sanders and Chubb.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
2 spots I need to figure out. Do I leave Shark in against the Steelers or put Marvin Jones? I think Kenny is back. I don't believe Kenny did make it back, right?
Yeah, I thought he wasn't playing. But I would.
Running back is Henderson or Rex Burkhead. I would start Darrell Henderson at your running back position, and I would still keep Shark in over Marvin Jones. I think that's the way you attack Pittsburgh. Has been through the air. It hasn't been on the ground.
Yeah.
Chill Will says, thanks, guys. Should I start Robbie since PJ is starting? We've been trying to fade these Carolina pass catchers today, so I would suggest that. Rieger, Cooks, AJ Green, pick 2.
I'll go Cooks.
Cooks and Rieger.
Yeah, Cooks and Rieger.
Mike Davis or Giovanni Bernard, Johnny? I think it's Bernard, right?
Yeah, I think I would go with Bernard in this.
Start Ridley or Antonio Gibson full point PPR. Probably going Gibson here. A little worried about Ridley coming back. Trey gets bucket, says Shark or Duke Johnson in the flex.
Sorry. I would go Duke Johnson in a full PPR. I just think that with all the touches he'll be able to get, I can guarantee that more. I think he has a safer floor, and I honestly think his upside is probably just the same as Chark in this game.
Robbie or AJ Brown? You're going AJ Brown. Hooper or Fant? We're going with Fant today. I think that does it for us here, Johnny.
We did it.
We made it through.
Hopefully, Whisper Nation win. We hope you get the win, and please subscribe to our channel if you're new here. Oh, we got just a couple more here, Travis, before we sign off.
2 receivers, 1 flex. DJ Shark, Robbie Anderson, Jefferson Amari, Damian Harris. I would go with Amari, Jefferson, and Damian Harris.
Yep, that's where I would go. All right, for Big Travie, I'm Johnny Game Time Hicks. We're the Fantasy Whisperers. Make sure you tune in to our videos this week and hit subscribe, hit that bell so you get notified anytime we drop new content. Appreciate you guys so much. Good luck today. Any last words you want to say, Travis?
Sam Bill is asking us about that question about, let me try and go back for him here. Had like a million good running backs.
Oh, and he was. Oh, wait, let's see. I remember.
Miles Sanders, Josh Jacobs, Chubb, but he said he traded Sanders. I don't. I would go with Chubb and Jacobs.
Yeah, that's where I would go.
With Fant and Locke's ribs hurting, consider Higbee or Tanyan. I wouldn't do either of those over Fant. I'd still roll with Fant out there. I think the upside's a little bit better. Evans or AB, or DJ Moore.
I'm going AB.
I would go AB here. Crowder or D Harris in my flex PPR. You're going Harris over Crowder, I think, today.
Yep.
Evans or AB or DJ Moore, we got that one for you. Would you play Shark or Jacoby Myers or Cooks in PPR, Johnny?
I think I would still go with Chark in PPR.
All right, we got to get out of here. Hammered here.
All right, guys.
Please, guys, make sure you join us this week, and we'll be putting out all the great content. So make sure you're following us over on all social medias. For Johnny Game Time Hicks, I'm Big Travie. We're the Fantasy Whisperers. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace.